The Paradigm, a member of the Seven, who made the heroic sacrifice by initiating Zero Fusion, left an emotional message for us. So as you know, the Paradigm is the second Seven member that we met all the way back in Fortnite Chapter 1 Season 9's live event, when she piloted the Mecha Team Leader in order to stop the Devourer from absorbing the Zero Point, which she did. And after defeating the Devourer, the Paradigm flew off in her mech into space and we haven't seen her since. Until in Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 2 Resistance in the Fortnite Marvel Zero War comics. During the final battle against the Imagined Order, it's revealed that the scientists found the Paradigm signal from her mech on the Ice King's Ice Moon. And the scientists and the Imagined were happy, but the Foundation, the Origin, and the Order were not happy. Because it is revealed all the way back in Fortnite Chapter 1 Season 9 that the Paradigm actually had to make a temporary truce with the Imagined Order, which led the Foundation, the Origin, and the Order to assume that the Paradigm was a traitor. However, the scientists and the Imagine argued back by saying that the Paradigm wasn't a traitor, that her loyalty is still with the Seven, and the Visitor Reality Zero is trying to stop this argument from continuing. But it turns out that the scientists and the Imagine were right, because when the Foundation, the Origin, and the Order made their way to the Ice King's Ice Moon and found the Paradigm, they tried to eliminate her, but not until she actually explained herself why did she have to make a temporary truce with the Imagined Order, and the Paradigm finally revealed why. It turns out the real reason why she had to make a temporary truce with the Imagined Order is because if she didn't build the mech and stop the Devourer from absorbing the Zero Point, then the entire Omniverse and the Chapter 1 island would have been doomed from the very beginning. So, yeah, I think it was fine for the Paradigm to try to make a temporary truce with the Imagined Order because, as you know, the Imagined Order can care less of what happens to everyone on the Chapter 1 island, but if anything concerns with the Zero Point, then they finally had to make a temporary truce with their enemy, which, again, is the Seven, one of them being the Paradigm. So yeah, she was the only one who could pilot and build the mech in order to stop the Devourer from absorbing the Zero Point. And it worked. The Devourer was defeated. So after finding out the whole truth of what happened all the way back in Chapter 1 Season 9, the Foundation, the Origin, and the Order now see that the Paradigm is not actually a traitor, that they were wrong this whole time. And after the defeat of the Imagined Order, things were looking up fine. Until it wasn't. Flash forward to Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 4 Paradise, and after giving a sample of the Chrome to the scientist for him to analyze while most of the Chapter 3 island was being absorbed by the Chrome, unfortunately the scientist, the Visitor Reality Zero, and the Origin were then taken by the Chrome by the Herald. However, the Paradigm survived and she luckily escaped from the Herald. After that, she devised a plan to try to stop the Herald from using the reality tree to blow up the Chapter 3 island, which involved Midas' Stormbreaker machine, but let's just say it wasn't fast enough and they were too late. But then the Paradigm decided to go with Plan B, initiating Zero Fusion by fusing with the Zero Point. In Chapter 3 Season 4's live event, the Paradigm gives us a send-off, saying that she'd done everything she could, and this is our fight now, and by initiating Zero Fusion. And the Paradigm sacrificed herself by initiating Zero Fusion. And this was actually brought up again, because flash forward now to Chapter 7 Season 2 Showdown, and when decrypting the Paradigm's message from a holotable, when Amy read her status about being sacrificed to Zero Fusion, it actually replayed the Paradigm's final message to us, saying, I have done everything I can, this is your fight now. But this time we actually got a response from the Order, who she apologized for her and the rest of the Seven doubting her, that her sacrifice meant everything. Which means the Order was really sad that the Paradigm was gone. But the Foundation, he was severely angry. He was angry that most of his comrades are now gone, and it's just him and the Order. The Imagine's gone. The Origin, the scientists in the Physical Reality Zero are taken by the Chrome, and the Paradigm is also gone too. So it's just him in the Order, which is really something. And it makes sense why throughout the entirety of Chapter 7 Season 2 Showdown, why when you talk to the Order, the Physical Reality Unknown, including Jones, that they are seeing that the Foundation is acting pretty off, like he's angry. And after now knowing that most of his comrades are dead or lost in the Chrome, yeah, we can see why he'll be severely angry. However, there's something very interesting that caught my attention, and that was a line that was said by the Visitor Reality Unknown. So after when the Order said that the Paradigm sacrifice by initiating Zero Fusion meant everything to her and the Foundation, the Visitor Reality Unknown responded by saying this line: "Sometimes fate is inevitable." And that's the reason why it's interesting, because we heard this line before. And now it's from the 7 transmission teaser, which was released on February 23rd in Fortnite Chapter 7 Season 1 Pacific Break and Breakpoint. As you know, Fortnite released a teaser video on their official Twitter and YouTube channel, which was a transmission teaser from the 7 on February 23rd. And if you listen very closely, you can hear the Visitor Reality Unknown said this exact line: "Sometimes fate is inevitable," meaning that we now know what his line was talking about. It's saying that the Paradigm's sacrifice cannot be escaped. It seems that the Paradigm's heroic sacrifice by initiating Zero Fusion, that her fate cannot be avoided. That her fate is now the key point for all of this. And now knowing that he was talking about the Paradigm's heroic sacrifice by initiating Zero Fusion, this now all makes a lot of sense. The Visitor Reality Unknown was talking about the Paradigm's sacrifice, that her fate cannot be avoided, which is true. The Paradigm couldn't escape for her fate for what's about to come, which means it was bound to happen. The Paradigm wanted to sacrifice herself in order to save everyone in the Omniverse, and her sacrifice really hit hard for the Order, but now especially the Foundation. And if you guys remember, the Scientist has a crush on the Paradigm. If we be able to save the Scientist, and if he finds out that the person that he loves is dead, ooh, that's really gonna hit hard for him. Especially again, well, the Scientist has a crush on the Paradigm, which is yeah, very sad once you know. So yeah, that was it. That is all you need to know for what's going on in Chapter 7 Season 2 Showdown, with the Paradigm's final message, which was the exact same final message that we heard back in Chapter 3 Season 4's live event, being replayed thanks to Amy. We now know that we have to be reminded that this is our fight now, that we must do everything we can to stop the Dark Voyager from piecing the 0 point back together and stopping the fight between the Foundation and the Exalted Ice King. So, with that said, thank you all so much for watching this video, and having the Visitor Reality Unknown's iconic line, "Fate, sometimes fate is inevitable," that it turns out was about the Paradigm, that was used from the 7 transmission teaser all the way back on February 23rd in Fortnite Chapter 7 Season 1 Pacific Break and Breakpoint. Now that is interesting. Comment down below what's your favorite things to do in Fortnite: creativity, buying players, Fortnite Ballistic, Fortnite Reload, the arrival of Fortnite Chapter 1 Season 8 OG, Fortnite Save the World, and Fortnite Reload's new map, The Elite's Stronghold. And don't forget to comment down below what's your favorite moments in Fortnite Chapter 7 Season 2 Showdown, Fortnite Chapter 1 Season 8 OG, Fortnite Save the World, and Fortnite Reload's new map, The Elite Stronghold. And comment down below what Fortnite theories you want me to discuss and debunk, and I'll gladly make videos about them. Subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss any videos from me, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye!